Hello, I'm here, Churchy, McDonald's End on this very busy Friday afternoon. There's an awful lot going on. Once again, Jones has walked in around the city centre. Cultural change is evident all around the city. We all grew up to love is now changing by the day. And like I've said before, Jones holds no animosity towards any new arrivals. I understand, but that still doesn't make it right. It doesn't. I understand where they're coming from. I know why they're here. But like I'm saying, too many is going to be not at all city's long-term interest. So it's in everyone's interest to stop further large numbers of new arrivals being dispersed in our glorious city and all the cultural change that comes with them, right? We're seeing problems now in Rochdale due to an incident in Manchester Airport. But you see, it's like with the incident that occurred in Hare Hills once before, and no doubt others yet to come. It really is irrelevant because we have people in our country now and making the way to our glorious city, Liverpool, that have centuries-old animosities against us that are never, ever, ever being resolved. They're never being put to bed. We'll be forever hearing it more and more as the culture that doesn't want to dominate, doesn't want to assimilate, wants to dominate, sinks its roots in deeper and deeper, right across the country, and as it's doing here now in our glorious city. You see, as I've said, it doesn't matter who's right or wrong. At the end of the day, it's cultural change that is creating these problems. As I said, there's animosity towards our way of life, our history, everything about us that these people harbour, and they're never letting go of them, right? Never, right? And once the new arrivals are in the driving seat, we dance to their tune. End of. That's how it works. That's how it's working now. We can see this. There's also a march tomorrow in London. My view on these things is that what's the march going to do? See, people go on them, and I understand that they believe the country's problems are going to be resolved the next day. That's not happening, right? To resolve this country, our country's problems and our city, it's going to take a considerable time and hard work. How long? I don't know, right? 5-10 years? I have no idea, right? But going on a march, the problems are not then resolved the next day. All it is people letting off a bit of steam, and sometimes there's trouble or there's anger or whatever, and it's no good. It literally is no good. My opinion is to get involved in Reform UK and do sensible politics. That's the thing to do, right? Don't get involved with things that are not bringing back results. It's pointless. If these marches worked, I'd be on them. I used to be on them from 1978 onwards. I used to love them, but didn't achieve anything. Right, you've got to stand in elections, you've got to vote out the sellouts, right, that are responsible for the cultural chaos we see now engulfing our country and also sinking its roots here in our glorious city. Because like I've said before, most places now, major cities, they're full up, so everyone's being sent here. Long term, this is disastrous for our city. We will indeed lose our unique Scouse character, traditions and cultural identity. Not maybe, possibly, or could be, but we're not sure. We will go the same way as these other places have gone, right? Hare Hills, Rochdale, Oldham, Bolton, Bury, Blackburn, Bradford. I mean, the list is endless, right? If they want cultural chaos, then they're welcome to it. They can have it. I don't believe the good people of this city want cultural chaos, like you see in Hare Hills and many other towns and cities across the country. It's very important, ladies and gentlemen, people take serious what Joe Owens is saying, because once this change is like what we see in Hare Hills, Wembley and Brent, Tottenham and Newham, right? There's no changing it back, it's gone forever. Most, if not all, London boroughs now have been culturally changed. That's why no more Cockney sparrows fly over London. Now, don't blame Joe Owens for that. That's the blame of successive governments since 1948, right? And in particular, Blair government in 97, was it? Right? So that's what's happened to these places now. They've lost their unique character, customs, traditions, dialects, the whole lot. And we see this now impacting on our glorious city, right? It will indeed be changed. Ian Byrne opposing the two-child benefit cap. He's putting his city first, good on him. Then you need to also put your city first regarding cultural change. But you know, that's going a bit too far. You stick your head above the parapet like Joe Owens, right? That'll be the end of your political career. You can attack the two-child benefit cap and many other things, but you can't oppose cultural. Well, you can do what I do, but he's not prepared. You're not prepared to do that. So, yeah, well done. Very sad your fellow Labour MPs have all bottled it and left you. There you go, career first, like I keep saying. So maybe in Byrne, you stick your head above the parapet and you oppose further cultural change of our glorious city. If you're really this Scouser that loves his city, I'm sure you do. But there's only so far you'll go, sir, isn't there? Well, of course, right. Kim Johnson, bottled it. Oh, there you go, what can you say? So, it would be good, sir, Ian Byrne, if you stuck your head above the parapet and opposed further cultural change of our glorious city. Put your city first, like you said. Put your city first. You're not going to do that. Right? You know you can be a thorn in the side, you can be a little bit of a rebel, but you can't go too far, because you know then you're out the Labour Party and that's the end of any political career, right? And obviously a nice comfy salary every year and whatever. But I'll take my hat off to you, sir. At least you've nailed your colours to the mast regarding the two-child benefit cap, as opposed to fellow Labour MPs who bottled it. Shame on you lot. But there again, as I've said, it's career with all these people. So Joe Owens stands here again, Church Street, the heart of Liverpool city centre. I do so because our city is being culturally changed. If that change is not opposed and stopped, we will indeed end up like some of these places now, like Hare Hills in Leeds, West Yorkshire, where cultural chaos reigns. That's not diversity, it's cultural chaos. I wish I didn't have to come down here. I wish I didn't have to make these videos. I really wish I didn't, but if I don't, then who's going to do it? Who will make these videos? Well, exactly, no one will. So Joe Owens is putting his city first, regardless. I don't care what anyone says, what anyone writes about me, I don't care. It's a shame, Ian Byrne, because I do believe deep down you're probably a genuine person that loves his city, but there's only so far you'll go, sir, isn't there? Well, okay, no problem. Leave the rest to Joe Owens, right? Our city is being culturally changed, ladies and gentlemen, right? The city we were all born in, grew up to love, is being changed, right? And once that change is such, there's no changing it back, right? There is no changing it back. It is gone for good. And that's unthinkable, right? Our children can't inherit cultural chaos, right? They can't. Children, grandchildren, all those lovely Scousers yet to be born, they cannot inherit cultural chaos. Our city cannot become a Hare Hills. Sadly, at the moment, Kensington and Fairfield is on the way to becoming a Hare Hills cultural chaos. Right, I think I've gone on a bit now. It's getting really busy. I've made my point, hopefully. You must all oppose further cultural change, but regarding what happened in Hare Hills lately, and lately regarding the guys from Rochdale, the problems with Greater Manchester Police at the airport, some of these problems we've imported that we should never have ever brought here. There are centuries old animosities that aren't going away. You can wrap it up whichever way you want, right? You can call it whatever you want. You can attack the police. It's really irrelevant, right? It's irrelevant when not the kids in Hare Hills were taken into custody. It's irrelevant if the policeman got into an altercation with people that look quite bad on the internet, which it does. But I don't know what's happened, so I'll reserve judgment until I find out. But regardless of that, there's animosity, there's cultural animosity against us, regardless, before that and even after it, right? So that's my point there. I've made that right. It's getting really busy. What I'm saying is, whether or not the incidents in Hare Hills would have happened or the incidents at Manchester Airport, it's really irrelevant. These people hold centuries old animosities that aren't going away, and we need now to close the door. Close the door so no more can come into our glorious country and any into our wonderful city. Otherwise, we will go the same way as Hare Hills in Leeds and many other towns and cities. I'm going to go now, ladies and gentlemen, because the busker ladies just started. But remember, no to cultural change, yes to Scouse pride. Shout it out loud, Scouse and proud. Okay, thank you.